The young boy had been selling lunchboxes at the hospital all day. He was just about to reward himself with the very last one. But who would have known, in the very next second, he would spot an old man who could only afford to eat dry bread to stave off his hunger. Seeing this, the kind-hearted boy didn't hesitate for a moment. He walked over and handed his own meal to the grandpa. To ease the old man's worries, he quickly explained that the food was free. Upon hearing this, the old man finally accepted the lunchbox. He was curious why a child would be at the hospital so late. The boy's eyes filled with tears, explaining that his mother needed surgery and the cost was huge. He was selling meals to raise money for her operation. The boy's filial piety deeply touched the old man, but just as the boy was about to leave, the grandpa suddenly realized something. The boy looked exactly like his own son when he was a child. A startling idea immediately popped into his head. He quickly caught up to the boy, making a shocking proposal. He would cover all the medical expenses for the boy's mother. But there was one condition: the boy had to pretend to be his grandson. It turns out, the old man's son had been in a coma for years. His only lingering attachment was to his own lost son, who also happened to be named Nyen Nyen. The old man hoped that by hearing the boy's voice, his son might be stimulated enough to finally wake up. But when the boy was brought to the bedside, he was utterly stunned. The man lying in the bed was the very same person his mother had shown him in photos. This man wasn't just a stranger, he was his own long-lost father. It turns out, 8 years ago, the billionaire's son fell in love with a country girl, but his father, the old man, fiercely opposed the union. In a fit of anger, the son drove away, but a tragic accident left him in a coma for 6 years. Now, as fate would have it, a new threat emerges. The man's scheming cousin arrives at the hospital, wanting her own son to inherit the family fortune. She sees the boy as an obstacle and devises a wicked plan to frame him. She secretly sprinkles a strange powder on the comatose man's face, intending to blame the boy when a rash appears. Just as she is about to strike the child, the boy's mother rushes in to protect him. The ensuing chaos and the boy's desperate cries of "Dad" create a stir, and in that moment, the man's fingers begin to twitch. The man who was comatose for 6 long years was finally showing signs of waking up.